Yesterday, we got some unexpected news about the latest GDP numbers that just came out. But before we get too excited, let's talk about the reality and what we're facing so far. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So the GDP, or gross domestic product, is a key indicator of economic health. It measures the total value of goods and services produced in the country over a specific period of time. And yesterday, the Q2 2024 GDP numbers were released and it came in at 2.8%. That's definitely a lot higher than the expected 2% that we were all assuming that it'd come in at. Sure, on the surface, this looks like good news. But let's not be fooled. This GDP growth is probably the only thing keeping us from sliding into a recession. So what's really going on here? Here's some key factors behind this unexpected growth. 1. Consumer spending. Yes, people are spending, but they're also completely stretching out their budgets in order to cover the needed essentials for daily living. As mentioned yesterday, my electric bill for a 2,600 square foot home was almost $800. That's absolutely astronomically ridiculous, right? And what do these types of numbers translate to? They translate to debt. Consumer debt is at an all-time high. As of Q1 2024, household debt has reached $17.7 trillion. That's a record level. This increase is largely driven by credit card debt, which is also at a record high of $1.2 trillion. 2, business investment. Companies are investing, right? There's no debate about that. But this is often cost-cutting technologies that they're investing in, not necessarily in creating new jobs. Example, have you walked into a McDonald's lately? Pretty much in every industry, companies are investing to get rid of labor, aka get rid of full-time jobs. Amazon uses robots in their warehouses. Domino's has automated pizza ovens and is implementing delivery robots. Delta uses self-service check-ins at kiosks and baggage drop-off points. Ford uses robotic assembly lines. Pretty soon, the only way to purchase movie tickets will be through the app. Let's be honest, we can give examples for a month about businesses doing their best to reduce labor and increase productivity, which means getting rid of full-time jobs. Number 3, exports. While exports are up, it's not enough to offset the rising costs that we're facing domestically. It's just not getting the job done. And 4, government spending. Increased government spending is a double-edged sword, right? In 2023, the government spent over $6 trillion, which was more than it collected in revenue, thereby resulting in, guess it, another deficit, right? This is what I like to call feel-good money. Of course, let's be honest, it's feel-good money in the short term. We must admit that politicians love to say that they put more money into government jobs, infrastructure, healthcare, etc. They love it, right? But eventually, then you find out that billions of dollars that were allocated to these projects that the government put all of a sudden end up missing. Projects end up taking years instead of months. Our roads still look like crap. And all that short-term feel-good money turns into long-term hurt our pocketbook tax increases. And let's be fair, this is not a Joe Biden problem, right? The last time our government took in enough taxes to cover our debt was when Bill Clinton was in office. This is a government problem. So what does this mean for us? A higher GDP growth rate might be masking deeper issues. Groceries, clothing, utilities, car insurance, and overall entertainment are becoming unaffordable for many of us. The cost of living is just skyrocketing, and this GDP number doesn't seem to change the harsh reality. Looking ahead, this GDP growth will most definitely influence the Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates. But the real question is, how will it address the affordability crisis? With this economy performing better on paper, there's a risk that the underlying issues won't get the attention they need, not to mention that the chances of a rate cut in September is all but gone. And let me ask you, how are you coping with the rising costs? Are you worried about the future of this economy? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.